Good afternoon, ladies and gents. We are Doc and Mav of ReadySetCrypto. You're joining us today on Wednesday, the 14th of September. Welcome aboard, everybody. Please, when you check in, give us the thumbs up button. Let us know by checking in and let us know where you're coming in from today. And then we'll get started here in just a moment, just a couple of shakes. So we got Ali coming in from Las Vegas. Welcome aboard. Hope you guys are getting some relief from the heat out there. It is amazingly, the weather's been beautiful lately. It's been mid 70s, which is a nice break from the summer heat out here in Southern Carolina. Let's see, we got Francois coming in from Sydney, Australia. We have Sebastian coming in from Switzerland. Also Mark coming in from Switzerland. You two need to get together, hook up, and work together on stuff. How's everybody else doing out there? Welcome aboard. Once you get on board, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and let everybody else know that we are starting. We're going to make things relatively quick here today. I'm going to shift things over to Mav. If you guys haven't been with us before, typically Mav is going to dispense some words of wisdom on you guys, let you know what's going on with the crypto market. And then while we're doing that, if you guys want to give me, I am your local technical analysis idiot savant. So if you want to just pry me up with some ticker pairs, I'll take a look at those in a minute, and we'll get you out of here by the bottom of the hour. All right, Hervé coming in from Costa Rica. Welcome aboard. Hey, Mav, what's going on in your world out there?
Hello. We are at present we're under 10 hours away from the Ethereum merge. Big deal, or maybe not a big deal, depending on who you ask. So we'll very briefly talk about that today, what it's going to do to the markets, and kind of what we're watching before, during, and after. So let's dive in. As Doc mentioned, we're going to keep things relatively short today because, I'm sure you've probably seen all you need to see as it relates to the merge. And I'll briefly go over what it's about. But more importantly, I think what people need to be talking about, or what we're going to be talking about, is what's going to happen to the market and where are things going to go from here. So obviously, we are in mostly down territory right now. It was a pretty rough day yesterday with pretty much, you got the S&P, you've got gold futures, you got Bitcoin, you got the euro, US dollar. Everything was selling off. As someone pointed out, the U.S. stock market wiped out $1.6 trillion yesterday. And this is in response to basically what's going on right now is it was a response to CPI. And we're now within a week away from the FOMC meeting. And currently, the probabilities, what the market is guessing, if you will, is that we're going to see a 100 basis point hike, and that is going to maybe shock the markets. We'll see. We were talking about this a month ago, I think, where things started looking upwards, and it's like, just wait for Powell to do the Powell thing, and just wait for September to do September's thing, and it's going to reverse. And we're seeing that play out right now. This is what we anticipated until the Fed starts to reverse course, until this doesn't look like this, but it's going the other way. The Fed becomes dovish, if you will. We're not going to continue to, we're just going to continue to be in this perpetual up and down cycle. So again, if you're looking for a smoking gun as to what's going on right now, as it relates to the markets, it's because the CPI came out. Inflation for the month of August rose to 8.3%, which was higher than expected. The market reacted to this as it does, and Bitcoin and the crypto markets followed. So again, pay attention to the upcoming rate hike by the Fed, because the market will definitely react to that as well. But frankly, as we talk about on this channel pretty often in response to, things outside of our control, especially related to the macro, just stack sats or, stack your favorite crypto and just watch the world, I'll say crumble, but, certainly go through some, unpleasant periods. But, we're going to get through it, and it will be changed. It will be a different kind of market. I think what defines the market this year is people don't know what's going on, because it's not playing by the exact rules that, recessions or bear markets do. But, that's an opportunity for us. So let's move into today's, I guess, big topic, the merge. This is the big thing, right? This is the thing that everybody's been looking forward to. And really the question at this point is it priced in, or is it something you should really be caring about? I think it is priced in. I think at this point, it's not going to move the markets much. We probably will see a little bit of a dump afterwards, but I would say this is very similar to Bitcoin halving territory in terms of, it's one of those things that everybody knows when it's going to happen. At this point, we are, this is Bordell.wtf. We can see that there's about 8 hours and 30 minutes, and it's going to happen between, 0513 and what was it? 0505. With a discrepancy of about 20 seconds. So, it is what it is. Like it's going to happen very soon here, just depending on the hash rates. And once that happens, all right, let's go over what's the deal, why this is, what's going to change following the merge, because right now everybody's just talking about it and no one's really talking about what comes after. So after tomorrow, there will be 90% less coins issued for Ethereum. Because so little new coins are going to be issued and coins are getting burned from transaction fees, ETH will become deflationary, which is good. We want to see that. That's definitely, especially in relation to what we were just talking about with the CPI and 8.3% inflation. This is a nice new narrative for us to talk about, even if it is being overpowered by the macro right now. So because there will be no miners anymore dumping 18 million in ETH per day, people are going to get more and more intent about staking. So staking will give you even more fees. And, the demand for staking will continue to rise, and even more coins are going to be locked. So one of the misconceptions about the merge is that, the staked coins, the ones that have been locked, are going to become unlocked tomorrow. That's not happening. That's not happening for another 6 or so months, because we have to wait till the next big update for this. So the stake coins are still locked, and that's, again, not going to change. And what is going to change is something like the energy output. By tomorrow, ETH will be the first big blockchain that is quote unquote energy efficient. And I really like this a graphic. I don't know how accurate it is, but it basically compares the energy consumption per transaction, saying that Bitcoin for one transaction is like the Burj Khalifa. Currently, ETH today is like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, much smaller, but still relatively large. And after tomorrow, it's going to be the size of a screw, if you will. So much, the comparison of difference, in terms of energy, quite drastic. And yeah, I think it's a good thing for ETH to become 99.95% more energy efficient than it is today. You just got to look at like Tesla's comments about why they stopped investing in Bitcoin. It's just one of those things that ESG goals are becoming more and more prevalent. People are caring about this more, and to have this no longer apply to Ethereum in terms of it being not energy efficient, I think is a good thing. So, and certainly if you're in the market for a graphics card, I think you're going to be happy. So again, there also will not be a risk as of tomorrow that the ETH merge will fail or become delayed or whatever. So people waiting on the sideline will see that, hey, maybe now I can finally enter the market now that we stopped playing the speculation game. There are some negatives about today's or the merge. And I think it's around mostly the uninformed people, the people who are just, trying to ride the hype cycles. They're going to shout that the merge didn't affect gas prices because, the gas prices didn't go down or didn't go up, and that is going to be true because that was never part of the merge. Some other uninformed people are also going to talk about how it didn't affect anything related to the staking. And as we just covered, yeah, you're not going to be able to unstake your ETH. That was never part of this. This is eventually going to get us there, but we got to wait again another 6 or so months for that to happen. So again, uninformed people are going to be the ones who are whining very loudly tomorrow, and it's because they're uninformed. And they're going to be the ones dumping or shouting that the merge didn't do anything, etc. But honestly, I think there will also be the people who expect the price to immediately shoot up, and they'll be disappointed because it doesn't. And they will take a few months for the issuance drop to really show its effect. So it's one of those things, just like the Bitcoin halving. It's going to take some time to play out. It's going to take some time for it to truly affect the markets in ways more than just in a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of effect. But that's okay. That is the market right there. Some people are just going to play in the moment, and other people are going to have a much longer term perspective of things. And as we talk about on this channel frequently, that's what we like to advocate for is, hey, just see this as a big step forward. It's not the end all be all thing. It's, again, like the Bitcoin halving. It's a step towards, a better, say issuance model, say, consensus model, whatever. It is getting us towards a new vision of crypto. It's sort of raising the bar, but it's not as if this is like magically going to fix every problem with crypto, with blockchain, etc. There is still so much work that needs to be done. This is still so very early on in crypto's history, in Ethereum's history, etc. So it's an important milestone, but all right, on to the next one. Like that's really how you should be responding to this, is that this is nice, but it's not going to change everything. It's just going to move things just that much more in the right direction. So that's my take from the fundamentals perspective. Doc, do you want to switch over to the technicals and kind of talk about what you're seeing from the charting perspective? What are you seeing from what's going on with Ethereum or any of the let's say competitors out there in terms of altcoins? I don't know. Is there anything standing out to you today?
Well, everything is kind of. Let's go straight over to the charts here. Really, the thing that I'm seeing right now is everything is tied together, and everything is being viewed as a risk asset. So it's very difficult for any crypto assets to really differentiate themselves from. I was talking to a doctor today that was just had a passing interest in cryptocurrency, and this was one of his complaints, is like there's nothing really differentiating. Why should I do this right now? And so everybody's going to have an answer to that. And my answer to just about everything is, wait for the prices to start rising. Wait for the prices to start rising. So there's going to be certain assets that we look at where they're going to get a head start and a jump on the gun. This is the NASDAQ 100. As long as this is falling in price, probably crypto is also going to be falling in price. All right. And as long as we have the dollar index, as long as the dollar index continues rising, it's going to be putting pressure on anything else like that. So we've even seen things like, the gold. Gold is just, why don't we have gold on here? Let's see. Oh, that's because it's a stock. Hang on a second, guys. So the gold trust right now, gold is just sucking wind. You'd think that gold would be the greatest trade in the world with inflation going on, but this is, it's opposite day every day in the market, right? So there's all kinds of assets that are out there that are just being destroyed right now. And this is what the market will do every few years, is destroy value in assets. When everything goes down, when markets go into bear, everything gets thrown out the window. And those that are patient, those that wait for the bottom, wait for the turn up, is going to happen when nobody else expects it to occur. So trust me on this one. When everybody quits is probably the time that you'll see the bottom in the market. And we're seeing this piece by piece. All right, so let's go over to crypto. Let's look at some of the requests that we've had. And let's start off with, start off with Bitcoin here. So Bitcoin has made its play on 20,000. It's holding support pretty damn well right now. Ethereum is not really doing much of anything like that. And quite honestly, I don't expect much to occur with this over the next 24 hours. So if we see this start to break above 1800, this will be a buy. Now, some of the requests that we had coming in on crypto, let's see if I can find some of these here. So Dex Tools, here's Dex Tools. Dex Tools is in a primary downtrend right now. So if you're looking to get onto this, here's an example of what you'd want to do. Wait until the descending pattern starts breaking to the upside. You're going to see this with moving averages start to move above here. I would say like 15 cents would be a good point to, if it's able to break above 15 cents, that's the point that I would go long on Dex Tools for this. Another one that we had a request was, let's see here, Hex. So let's see Hex versus USDT. And this one has been in a pretty miserable downtrend. Again, for this to break polarity back up to the upside, it's building a kind of a basing pattern down here. For this to break above here, about 8 cents versus Tether, about 8 cents would be the buy point here, getting above the 200-day moving average. So again, you're like a sniper up in the tree. You're waiting. I know it drives people crazy because they feel like, well, somebody told me that I should be continuing to buy as the price goes lower. Well, that's great if you've got millions and millions of dollars. You will get a great cost basis on that, and you can afford to do that. Most people do not have the luxury of being able to buy in a downtrend, which is dollar cost averaging if you have a huge, long time frame perspective, right? Some people do not have that. So I would say if you want to satisfy all of those, wait until your asset of choice starts working higher. Most people, again, do not have the patience for that. They want something to happen today, right? So you can do that by scanning for things that are moving out there. I've got like a crypto screener that I go through on a daily basis looking for things that are moving. So here's like Zilliqa. Let's see if Zilliqa's actually. So Zilliqa's had a slight tick higher today, and it shows up on the top of the screen, right? So things like this, you can look for things that are moving. But most of the time, I think these assets are, most of the time, the ones that fall to the top of the screen are very, very illiquid assets. So another one that was requested was PZen. Okay, and this one's really tough to chart because we have like very little information on this one, and I can't really get much of a beat on this with so few data points. So I would say wait on this one and wait on some volume for this to come in. Now, something else which is coming in lately has been Ravencoin. So this is one of the stronger ones. If you want to look for something to buy, it would be buy Ravencoin in the next pullback. So this thing is going berserk to the upside, but never chase after an asset like this. Always come up with some kind of target. If you want to target something, I would say look for a fib retracement on this swing. We take it from the bottom to the top. I would say do not buy until you get a 38.2 retracement off of the price. And plus, if you want to add something more to that, wait until it hits that level and then bounces off and starts heading higher again. Or you can look for the energies on this with the RSI Laguerre. But right now, this is going to be tough to do. All right, let's see. The next one that came in was EWT. So we're just going to go through these very quickly here today. EWT versus Tether Energy Web Token. And I think we looked at this one last week, and we're getting this sort of basing pattern here. It looks good. It's starting to do that kind of a cup with a handle type of pattern. So if it's building up energy, we can look at the energy level on this, and it's actually quite high. So a break above 5 is exactly what I'm looking for. Look for assets that continue to go higher. Look for assets that continue to go higher. Okay, so let's see. One left to go here. So I'm not an advocate of buying low because I've been through. This is the third major bear market that I've been through in the last 20 years, and the people that buy when it's low take, in some cases, almost a decade to recover from that. And so very, very few people have the patience to do something like that. Even if they're right in the long run, Most people don't have a decade to waste for that. So I'm advocating for waiting for things to start heading higher right now. Okay, next one is QNT versus Tether. QNT versus Tether, kind of the same thing here. It's starting to get there, but I would say this is a potential higher low. I'd want to wait until the price breaks above 132. I don't care about it getting it down near 100 and getting a bargain. You know, we're not all Warren Buffett, you know, like that. I'd prefer to buy into a breakout. Okay. All right. So let's, I think we've got caught up here. I think we got caught up, everybody. So, Igor, I'm not sure which it is. We could have a long discussion on that, and probably, you know, a 15-minute discussion on a webinar is probably not the thing to do. So my best advice for you, if you want a quick soundbite type of advice, buy assets that are heading higher in price. Don't fall for the advice of like buying into a downtrend, because you don't know where the end of the downtrend is, and you will forever be cursing my name that I told you to buy something that was heading lower in price. So trying to give you 20 years of experience in literally 15 seconds, and that would be it. Buy assets that are heading higher in price. Okay. Mav, you got any parting words of wisdom for everybody here?
Yeah. If you scan across, crypto Twitter or crypto YouTube today, everybody's making, I think, a bigger deal out of the Ethereum merge than they really need to. Don't get me wrong, it is a very important thing, but I almost see it as in the rearview mirror at this point. You know, clearly it still needs to happen. Clearly we're, less than 10 hours away, and I want to make sure it does happen. And hey, it's been, however many years in development. It's a, big milestone, but I think we, again, have to look beyond it and have to realize that it's just a stepping stone to greater things. It is what it is. And to make, end all be all, make it out to be such a big deal. It's sort of like, it's like a Bitcoin ETF or something like that. Like, hey, super important, would be great if it happens, but like, it's not, again, it's not going to magically fix everything. It's not going to magically make, crypto mass adopted or anything like that. It is just, unfortunately or fortunately, it is happening in a vacuum right now. I doubt anyone who is, not following crypto has heard or is aware that it's happening today. And that's okay. We should be building in these quiet times so that when, the tourists come back, when crypto gets hot again, that we've advanced the space from a technology perspective. And hey, we're getting back to, building those financial rocket ships. It is like, that's what the space is about. And the merge is a part of that. It's helping us move in that direction, but it's not like it's not the end all be all. And in fact, I think it'll be exciting to see what we talk about after the merge, because hey, we're 2 years away from the next halving. Certainly have some room to, it's promising to me that one of the most discussed things right now, if you go look at the cryptocurrency subreddit, it's not really the merge. It's stuff like Do Kwon having an arrest warrant out for him in South Korea, the Luna head guy. And I guess my parting words of wisdom for you today is that Do Kwon run, but Do Kwon can't hide. No, I messed that up. Yeah, but regardless, I think it's the space self-correcting, and we can look forward to brighter days when we move beyond those early periods where stuff like Luna, people like Do Kwon, and I don't know, we just get past that stuff and we can start thinking about the big picture, the long-term approach. But we'll get there. It's still very much the early days, and yeah, just remember today as a nice milestone towards that. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. As always, check out our free communities down in the bio below. As always, they are free to join, and tons of free good resources there. If you're looking to use this time to, get better at trading, get more proficient at or learning about the crypto markets or projects in it, I think it's going to be another Cambrian explosion of cool projects following Ethereum's merge. now that staking has become kind of mainstream, we will very much see people start to talk about these like almost like dividend cryptos, and what that opens up just from a passive income perspective. I think is going to be very exciting. So again, it's a big day, but it's also not that big of a deal. So take it in stride. And as always, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. Doc, you got anything else?
No, join us at ReadySetCrypto, ReadySet.vision, ReadySet.trade. And, you know, if you like what you see, let us know, and let us know what we can do on subsequent live webinars for this. So we try to keep this meaty and non-shilly and no selling and anything like that. But, you know, we got a business to run. So let us know how we can help. Thanks, everybody. You guys have a great day. We will see you next week. Adios, amigos.
Cheers, everyone.